इसका प्रोग्राम बहाल कर देंगे।
Shahzeb Saab, at least we should register to the world to what's happening. This is geopolitics. I can't say much on camera. You know and I know कि हम किधर खड़े हैं. पाकिस्तान का प्रोग्राम फरवरी में इसको should have been over 9th review. This is total unfair treatment to Pakistan. तो बात ये है
de industrialización, de innovación tecnológica, va a ser imposible pagarlo por más que digan lo que digan. Fue un préstamo político y política también tiene que ser la solución. En todo caso, que lo
The world must understand, as well as the financial institutions such as the International Monetary Fund (IMF), that human beings are not figures or a set of numbers for subtraction and addition. There is civil peace. We want the world to respect the will of the people.
إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي.
Okay, so I just wanted to highlight this, that this is very refreshing to see that multiple countries have now started to openly call out IMF, which is a good thing. We should be good enough to highlight and criticize IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Constructive criticism, we should give this to the IMF, because they are using, most of the leadership of IMF is either from the United States or from the European countries, right? I mean, that's so unfair. So IMF is facing political collusion, I would like to say, political collusion. This secret sort of, they get orders from the United States and the European Union to, subjugate certain countries economically, which is so wrong. I mean, and it's high time that we highlight these institutions. I mean, the European countries and the Western countries, the United States of America, are using these institutions. They are secretly using these institutions to cripple certain countries, especially the Muslim countries, especially the countries from the subcontinent, especially the countries from the Middle East. And it's good to see that Pakistan has also now joined Argentina and Tunisia, and I think multiple countries will join. The Russia and China came up with the BRICS initiative, which is also good. So IMF needs to get their act together. IMF is an institution which is affiliated with the United Nations. It comes under United Nations, and if it comes under United Nations, then it is their right. It is every country's right that they should be dealt justly and economically, and we have seen that the IMF is one-sided. They are delaying their deals with the they're delaying their with certain countries. Intentionally they are doing it. They are trying to economically subjugate these countries by putting extra sanctions on them, which is not good, and it is high time that we highlight this and expose that the IMF should have just and unimpartial economic policies for all countries, which is not happening right now. I mean, if you look at the list of their managers and deputy managers, I mean, you will see that it's either from United States or from European countries. I mean, how is that just? How is that fair? How is that fair? It comes under United Nations. This institution is under the United Nations. I mean, there has to be equal representation of all countries. We need to, start this momentum of highlighting and exposing IMF for this. Their leadership should have representation of not just European and American countries. They should stop this political collusion coming from the West and subjugating the certain countries economically. And with that, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
This IMF is the main contributor, one of the main contributors, part of political instability.